Tonight's story takes us into a forgotten medieval village, where each autumn night a phantom bell tolls through the mist. What lies beyond the ruins, and why the dead cannot rest, is a mystery long hidden beneath the autumn veil. In the year of our Lord 1347, when the harvest was gathered and the leaves burned crimson upon the boughs, the villagers of Greymere whispered of a mystery that returned each autumn night. None dared speak of it aloud in daylight, for fear that the shadows themselves might listen. Every October, when the air grew thin and the mist curled over the meadows, a bell tolled at midnight. Yet Greymere had no bell tower, no church large enough to house such a voice. The sound drifted over the fields, deep and mournful, shaking even the stoutest men. Livestock grew restless, dogs howled, and the elders muttered prayers against the devil's hand. It was said that centuries before, a monastery had stood on the ridge beyond the darkened woods. Fire and plague had reduced it to stone husks and charred beams. The brothers, unwilling to abandon their vows, rang their great bell until the roof fell in upon them. Now, so the stories claimed, their penance kept the bell tolling each autumn. But in the autumn of 1347, Sir Aldrich of Branford, young knight in service to Lord Everwyn, arrived to investigate. He scoffed at talk of specters, calling the peasants superstitious. "A bell is made of iron and rope," he declared. "Show me this phantom bell and I shall silence it." On the first night, as the moon rose pale and broken through the clouds, Aldrich rode to the ridge. He found only the monastery's ruins, blackened stones half buried in ivy. No bell remained, nor even a tower to house it. Yet as the hour of midnight struck, the ground trembled. From the mist rolled the sound. Slow, solemn tolls that froze the knight's breath. His horse reared, nearly throwing him, and would not step forward. Aldrich swore he glimpsed shapes among the ruins, figures hooded and bent, moving in silence, their faces hidden. On the second night, Aldrich returned with the village priest Father Oswin. Together they knelt in the ruins, clutching their rosaries. Again the bell tolled, and again the shapes appeared. But when Oswin raised the holy cross, the figures only turned their heads, as if their faces were hollow shadows, and drifted deeper into the earth itself, vanishing like smoke. Terrified yet resolute, Aldrich spent the third day digging at the place where the figures had disappeared. His spade struck stone. Beneath the monastery's rubble he uncovered a sealed crypt, its iron door marked with symbols he did not know. With Oswin's blessing, he pried it open. The stench of centuries rolled out. Inside lay the remains of the monks, but not in peace. They were chained upright against the walls, their skulls tilted as if forever listening. In the center of the chamber hung the shattered frame of a bronze bell, bound with rusted chains. Oswin crossed himself. "They were bound here," he whispered. "Condemned for heresy, perhaps. Or worse. Their voices are trapped, tolling still, begging for release." That night, when the bell began to toll again, Aldrich descended alone into the crypt. He lifted his sword and struck through the rotted chains that held the broken bell. With a crash, the fragments fell to the ground. The sound ceased. No toll echoed through the valley that night, nor any autumn night thereafter. Yet the villagers of Greymere do not celebrate, for though the bell is silent, some claim that now, when the leaves begin to fall, you may hear whispers in the fields at midnight. Not a bell, but prayers, muttered in voices dry as dust. And if you listen too closely, the prayers will answer you by name.